Guess what, everybody? I am back. It is Wednesday, July 24th, 2024, and I'm so excited because I've been gone for a few minutes, and it's time. It's time. It's time to come back and get started with some joy to kick your day off right. Let's go right now. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday to you. I hope you are doing well today. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and this is Project Joy Live. It is your triple shot of good vibes every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, only on the Breakthrough Show Network. I have been away for a little bit, not very long, but like I was here last week, but I needed to have a few days to just kind of rest and relax and chill. And so, really happy to be back today. I'm not 100% yet, but we're here and we're doing it. And sometimes, it's interesting because I've still been showing up in different ways since I've been gone. But there's times when you just have to kind of like minimize some of the things you're doing and reprioritize a little bit. And so that's what I've been doing the last couple of days. And I'm excited to be back here with you today because we have a great show. We have an amazing guest for you. And we have lots happening within the Breakthrough Show Network this week. I'm really excited for the show today. So let's talk about what's going on in the morning brew. How are you guys doing out there? What is bringing you joy this morning? We have Miss Teresa out there in that VIP seat. Good morning, Teresa. Good to see you. There's Miss Brittany. Happy hump day. Good to see you, Miss Brittany, this morning. Miss Nancy is here. Good morning. Happy to see you, Nancy, as well. I'm really excited because recently I had the opportunity to watch the Girl from the Village film, which is a short documentary put out by the Wise Scholarship Foundation. And I have to give a big shout out to Brett Weiss for the work he does in Dago, Kenya, which is where this film is based out of. And had the opportunity to watch this film, and somebody that we know very, very well here on the Breakthrough Show Network, Olivia Ambani, her song "Better Than Just Fine" kicks off the whole documentary. And as soon as I heard the word "it's," which you guys know, that song, I mean, the tears started. It was just, I don't know, it was a moment for me. It means a lot to me to be able to bring people together. And so just being able to say like, hey, and I've been able to trace it back, right? Like we talked about the birthday celebration we had on the Breakthrough Show Network here recently, where I remember meeting Robert Bell and having him on the show. And then through Robert, I met Olivia, and then I met Brett, and then I brought Olivia and Brett together. And now she's doing the song for the documentary. And it was just to know that in some small role behind the scenes, I was able to help orchestrate that. Like it really, it's those things that keep me going during the times like I've had over the last week. And so I'm very emotional about it, but I'm so excited that Olivia is on the show today and we can chat a little bit about Sounds of Joy. So that'll be coming up here very shortly. It has been a really wonderful last couple of days of just resting. And so we're going to talk about sounds of joy. We've got birthdays for you coming up later on the show and all that good stuff. But I don't want to waste any time, my friends, because I want to get Olivia on here and because she brings me joy. And so we're going to have her on now. Without further ado, let's welcome Olivia Ambani back to the show.
To believe in the dream of my group. I decided.
Hello, Olivia. Always good to see you here today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yes. So Brittany saw that we were there the same night that we watched the documentary together. Have you been able to see it yet?
I've watched a bit of it, but like I keep on like saying I need to have time to just watch. I watched the intro and I think the first 5 minutes, and then I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna cry. So I paused and then I've gone back to it. But it's been so emotional because it was like from meeting on the breakthrough like show, hearing about the project, and then seeing everything come together. And then when Brett came to Kenya, and then Billy, the documentary maker, and then seeing the film, I was like, oh my God, I never thought my song would be part of such a movement. Like to me, it's just I've had a lot of those moments in this year, and I'm just like, wow. You know, you make music, but you don't know where it's going to be. And for it to be part of something like that, like I was like, when he asked me, can I ask you to have, I was like, say less. Of course, you can have the song. And so, yeah, I mean, it's so special. I mean, it's about a Kenyan amazing lady, and I'm Kenyan, and just, too much to process. It was amazing.
Yes. It was a lot. It was a lot. And I got very emotional. I don't know if you saw, Brett was on the show, 2 weeks ago, a couple weeks ago. And, he like stopped everything to talk about, like, I brought him on to talk about the documentary and how well that they were doing with all of the film festivals and all of that. And he kind of stopped everything and he was like, you guys don't understand, like if Jessica hadn't introduced me to Olivia, like it wouldn't be what it is. And when I saw the film, like there's just no better soundtrack. There really, like, it was mind-blowing for me in that moment, and it's so emotional. Like just to have like a little tiny part in that, like it's so meaningful for me. And Nancy saying the documentary was so informative to see how their daily life plays out. And Olivia's song, I too felt immediately, like it really, because you think about that, like I don't know if you've ever seen sometimes I've seen, like a long time ago, I saw like clips of movies where they take the soundtrack out and it's not even as effective.
No, it's so not the same. It's true. And like, and I'm a fan of film music. So I've watched like the making of like, I used to love this series called 24 with Jack Bauer. I've forgotten his actual name, but yeah. And so you'd see all that stuff. And thank you, Kevin. I'm seeing the congrats. Thank you so much. And it's so different. Like I believe music is a character in every part, like especially in movies or cinema or plays. And so it's amazing, and it gave me goosebumps. Now I've heard my song enough times.
I bet you've never heard that song before.
But I've heard it so many times, but I'm always moved when I get goosebumps by my own music, because remember, I've written it, I've gone to the studio, I've sung it so many times, but like to get goosebumps like over your own music is just it's something else. And just the alignment, like, and I think really like you kind of called this into being because it's called the Breakthrough Show. So like you literally like connected us, and I think that's what's happened a lot in your show, is so many of us have connected, and this was one of those really epic moments.
Yeah. That really, I mean, I didn't anticipate that power of connection being such a cornerstone for what I've been able to do here. And like, there was just so many other pieces. I just didn't anticipate that being the one thing that would be such a driver in me continuing with this platform. But It really is. Like, it's so meaningful for me to see people be able to come together. Even this morning, like so many of you guys know that Dorothy Auger, who we read her poem often here on the show, the For Love poem. And Dorothy and I were very close. And then Dorothy passed away. Before she passed away, she created this space on Zoom every morning for everybody to get together and read the poem in their native language. And every single day, 7 days a week. And it was like 7 o'clock in the morning for me. So I was like, this is this is like early. But she always did it. And when she passed away, I was like, of course we have to continue. We can't just not do it because she's not here. So we've literally, I mean, she passed away in 2022. We're coming up on her 2-year anniversary of her passing, and we still have been meeting every day to read this poem. And we created a space for it in my virtual community here. But this morning, my whole point in this was that we had Daria, who was a good friend of Dorothy's, that's there often, and then Kim came and joined us, who's like, we found out they were like 30 minutes from each other, and so like that's what happens all the time, and I just think it's so great and wonderful because we do have this connection online, which is great, and I'm so thankful for it. And then there's like, I just want to like reach out and hug like in a bad.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait. Like, honestly, I can't wait to meet you in person. I feel like I've met you, but like the breakthrough show will know. We'll need to do the show in your house or somewhere, like just to say we're together, guys. We're literally in the same country, in the same space.
Yes. That would be so amazing. I love it. So like, it's so fun for me to look out in the audience sometimes. So I've met Nancy in person. I met Nancy when we were moving from Alabama back to Connecticut. Nancy lived in North Carolina, and we stopped and had lunch. And that was amazing. And of course, Kevin lives like 45 minutes from me here in Connecticut. So that's nice too. And I'm like, Mandy's not far. Mandy's just in New York. So, I mean, everybody's, it has to happen. I just want to get everybody together. But I love the bringing people together. And I think music does that in general, like has that ability to gather and bring people together, right?
It really does. Honestly, like it's crazy what music can do. Like I've met, like, ever since I started performing, even when I was younger, but even especially once I released music, I meet people who tell me I was here when I heard your song and this is what it did for me. And I met this person, or you sang at my wedding, like, or there was one that was like, oh my God. So this schoolmate of mine, her mom loved a song that I used to cover, which was From a Distance. I've forgotten who it's by.
Oh, I love that song.
Yeah, and her mom passed away. And so when she told me that, I was like, oh, and I sang, I think at her mom's funeral or dad's funeral, one of them. And so for me, it just made me bawl, because I was like, oh my God, like, geez, this is so, like, you can really be at a very specific moment for someone when you sing a song, whether it's yours or not. And it's even added when it's yours, because the way people light up when they see you because you've created that song, and they want to tell you their story. And so you're kind of part of so many people's lives just by creating music. And this last week, I had a show on Sunday, and I was a music director for the show, and it was so awesome. And I got to do my music, and it was so crazy because I was doing like both my electro house, but also my like pop soul music. And we Better Than Just Fine was one of the songs that they asked for me to do. But like performing it, I remember hearing one of my songs that we just used the track to play. So I didn't perform it live then, but they were playing it. And I was getting so emotional, and I'm like, but this is my song, like I know it. But it was so overwhelming to see, because it was like a dance show, like this contemporary dance and theater all together. And so hearing my song on these massive speakers and seeing this dancer like move was just, I was like, this is out of this world. Like, music moves us in ways that we can never like fully explain. I think it's just a spiritual experience. So as an artist, I'm so honored that I get to be part of so many people's lives and move them in some way.
I think music in general is transcendent. It really has the ability to take us out or enable us to look from a bird's eye view at what's going on in any given situation. And that's what I want to talk about today in our Sounds of Joy segment, as we talk about what does joy sound like when we're going through a challenging time. And so we're going to talk about that now in the Sounds of Joy.
It's gonna be alright. Better than just fine.
See, that's that first part that just gets you every time, Olivia. Brittany and I were talking about that yesterday, about how sometimes we'll do a show and we don't like, the show will end and I'll be like, I have no idea what just happened. I don't know what I just talked about. I don't know what just happened. And then like a clip will I'll cut out a little clip or something and be like, oh, that was really good. And I'll be here like crying or something afterwards. So it's very similar to with music. But I was thinking about this today. I was like, because I've had like a really challenging last week. Anytime I'm in a space like that, I'm singing a lot of the day. Like I'll be sitting in bed just like singing all the songs and bopping along over here, and it really does, like I said, transcend. Like it has the ability to take me out of the space of victimhood or feeling bad about any given situation. And I think also it has a way to heal. I really connected over the last week with the song Cry by another friend of ours here on the show, Ray Coates, who so generously gave me the instrumental to the song, and I will be singing to that. So because I really, sometimes you just connect with something, and you're like, I just need to do that. I need to connect with it and sing it and really loudly in the shower or something. So let's talk about, like, for you, what does the sound of challenges, like, what are the sounds that you lean into when you're going through a challenging time?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, for me, my go-to is instantly music most of the time. Like, I'll always have a song that I will play. Like, sometimes I may not know the song, but I'll be through my playlist and then I'll just feel like this is a song I want to hear. Sometimes it's my songs, like the three songs that are mine that I tend to sometimes go to is Better Than Just Fine, or Let It, or Shoulder. Those three, are my
Yeah, let's talk about Let It for just a moment. Because that song, if you need to release something, okay, I don't know what it is. So Spotify has an AI thing where it can it's your personal DJ, right? And so I love using that because it's just sort of this random whatever the AI thinks you want to listen to, and leave it to it. I'm feeling some kind of way, and here comes Olivia with Let It. Next thing you know, I'm crying and using a whole box of tissues. It's really not right.
It's that song.
It is that song.
Yeah, it's so interesting when I've had different stories. I remember a friend of mine, she's a musician as well, and she used to play the keys for me, and she told me that Let It, she was struggling to forgive someone, and she listened to, and it just did something for her, and she was able to kind of just let them go and process. And that's one story that's really stuck with me, and I was like, oh, I never thought of it that way. She was like, yeah, it literally, she had been really struggling to let this person go and to just reconcile with certain things, but the song somehow took her on this journey, and it, like, and for me personally, Let It is so powerful because it's a song I was listening to before I heard my auntie had passed last year, and I was singing. I was just crying already, like emotionally. I felt this, and I had known by this point that she's passed away. And then now we went to the hospital and we heard the news, and my mom was there, and she was just so devastated because it was my mom's sister. And then I was just singing this song to her. I was just like, let it all fall away. It's gonna, like, it's okay to feel sad, but remember the good days. Like, it was really just very spiritual. And so Let It is one of those songs that it's got a spirit of its own that just heals people in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would highly recommend that song, but just be ready. It will move you in a way that I cannot predict.
Just disclaimer
Yes.
when you go listen to that song. It really is, because that lyric is so powerful. Let it all fall away, because we know that the only thing that truly matters, period, is this moment,
Exactly.
So everything else sometimes just needs to go, Mandy said she's ready. She's here for the challenge. So.
And yeah, and I think also, especially now in the time we're in, like over the years, we've with each generation, there's more people carry, and it's
Mm,
piled onto people and piled onto people, and so I think sometimes, especially now, there's also so much heaviness, like
yeah.
from even COVID to now. I think people have still been holding their breaths, and with what's happening politically in different places, or even just climate change. There's just so much, and people's own personal lives. It's so easy to find that you're holding yourself in, whether physically or emotionally. So I think, I would really advise people to like let things out. And sometimes that's why it's hard for people to experience joy, because there's no
Yeah.
space for it, because you're so like holding on to stuff. And so like knowing that it's okay to let go, because
Yeah.
letting go gives you space to experience the things you want to experience. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
Yes, it is on YouTube, Mandy. You can find it on YouTube, on wherever you stream music and everything. It's on Olivia's. It's the Superhuman album, right?
Yeah, yeah. So if you
Yeah.
look for The Awakening, you'll find it. And just type Let It Olivia Ambani, it will definitely come up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Awakening. Not so. I don't know why I just renamed your album for you. That's.
It's no, but that is one of, I think after Better Than Just Fine Superhuman, like I was at the show, literally this browsing, and they were like, I love Superhuman. Do you have other songs? I was like, I have like 30 other songs, but yes.
I know.
Very popular.
It's so funny because Superhuman is actually it's not the first one I think of, but I don't know why that just was like, because I think in a sense, it is a superhuman for us to be able to tap into all of those different emotions. And when things are challenging, just let it fall away and just let what be is in the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And even just touching on the song Superhuman, it was a song I wrote about like how you realize that the love you wanted has always been there, but you just
Mm,
never saw it because it wasn't in the way you expected. And so it was actually one of the few love songs I had on the album, because if you've listened to my whole album, it's 95% sad songs and then like three really happy songs.
Basically, what we're saying is get you a good box of tissues, a pint of ice cream, and sit down and listen to The Awakening.
You'll be
And
awake.
you will have a whole one. You will have a whole awakening while you're sitting there listening to it. So good. It brings me so much joy though. And that's, speaking of the AI on Spotify, that does bring me a lot of joy to be sitting there and listening to it. And like your song will come on, or Kevin Kiley, or Rory Kelly, or like, Ray Coates, or some of the other amazing people that have been on the show. And it's like, I know them. My AI knows them too, but I know them. Which is great. I love that. Yeah, I think I don't know. And there's something really beautiful. It's interesting because I was having a good hard cry the other day, like a real ugly, and there's something almost melodic about crying as well. That's just like this. And okay. Literally, no one else on the planet has done this. I'm sure of it. So, like, I'm literally hard, ugly sobbing, and I'm like, this is kind of beautiful. It's it's kind of sounds lovely. And so, have you ever like thought about that before? Like how crying sounds? I don't know. It was just something that I thought of a couple days ago.
No, I've never thought of it that way as beautiful. I just feel like most of the times I hear the pain. Well, it depends on what sort of crying I'm doing, but like
Yeah.
most just like, oh my God. Like it's like, so I haven't really thought of it. But I think maybe next time if I remember I'll like try it. Yeah, but I
Yeah.
that's interesting. But it is therapeutic. Like afterwards, I feel like I have this release. Crying is actually, it can really do a lot for you. So would
Yeah.
you say when it comes to, because we were talking about like the sounds or what you go to when you're feeling sad. So for you, is it music as well?
Yeah, I think music for sure. I also enjoy like, and I've talked about this before, the sound of the ocean is just like
Mm.
it sounds so cleansing for me, like any water in general, but really the ocean specifically, because, and this is why I have been very passionate about when I lived in other places that were not near the ocean, and everybody was like, oh, just go down to the river or go down to the lake. It is not the same thing, friends. Okay. Period. And so, but at the ocean, you have that like ebb and flow of like the waves coming in and out. And it's like such a cleansing sound. And also it's calming. Like there's like, not like I brought any, homework or anything here, but there's been science done around like white noise and around that shh sort of
Yeah.
noise and how calming it is for you. And so the ocean is really, I mean, that's you. If you put the ocean and music together, it's like I'm not even here. Bye, Jessica. Just,
Right. That's it. I think that should be used a lot for like healing or like, I think they should have more hospitals, like, I don't know, logistically near the ocean or something where people can go for their walks. And I think people would heal way faster. Like if
yeah,
they had ocean
I
and music
agree.
like incorporated. Because sometimes when you go to hospitals, like the mood or just spaces where people are supposed to get like healing, it's so sad. And you're like, guys, we need to change even the colors. Like, let's just put more
Yeah,
warmth and yeah, happiness here.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Our hospital that we have over here is probably like 2.5 miles from the beach, but it's still, I mean, like you can hear it. It's not like you can hear it at at the hospital or whatever, but it's close enough to where you could like go after, like if you had an appointment at the hospital, you could say, okay, I'm just going to stop at the beach on the way home.
Yeah.
And at least do that.
Yeah.
Yes, you need to go, Brittany, because it's so good. And it's right. It's definitely, it's different entities. A river is not a pond, is not an ocean. Okay. That's what this is, an educational program here this morning. So, so we're doing, we're going to take a quick break and come back and do birthdays and find out what Olivia's up to and what's going on the Breakthrough Show Network the rest of the week. So we will be right back after this. Don't go anywhere.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. It is Wednesday, July 24th, 2024. We're here with Olivia Ambani today. And I'm so glad I got the show right. I did the Breakthrough Show on Friday, and I said, welcome back to Project Joy Live. And I was like, it is not Project Joy Live. It's the Breakthrough Show. That tells you how kind of tapped out I was already on last Friday. So I'm celebrating that I got the show right today.
That's lots of shows. Bye.
That's it. It'll be all right. Olivia, this lovely girl Olivia told me once that it would be better than just fine. So it's gonna be fine. That's it. We have some birthdays to celebrate today, so let's do that now.
Happy birthday to you.
All right. So in the world of celebrity, we got a singer started kicking it right off. Jennifer Lopez, 55 years old today.
Look at her.
Jenny from the block, happy birthday. Amelia Earhart, who is known in the world of flying, they pronounced her passed away in 1939. They never actually found her. She disappeared. And so wishing her a happy heavenly birthday. Bindi Irwin, the daughter of the crocodile hunter, is 26 years old today. Mara Wilson, such an amazing child actress. You guys might remember her from Matilda and Mrs. Doubtfire. I'm not even braining right now, but Mara Wilson has a birthday today, 37 years old. Actress Kristen Chenoweth, 56 years old today. She's very funny. Anna Paquin, 42 years old. You might know her from She's All That from back in the 90s. And then also the star of True Blood, one of my favorite series on the planet. Mitch, in the world of music, Mitch Grassi, 32 years old, the lead singer of Pentatonics, one of the founding members of Pentatonics. And then the goddess herself, Linda Carter, the original Wonder Woman, 73 years old today. Wonder Woman. And Olivia has left us, but she is back. There she is. And so happy birthday, Linda Carter. And then also my cousin, Kimmy Crooks, has a birthday today. Happy birthday to my cousin Kimmy. Hope you have an amazing day. Do you know anybody with recent birthdays, Olivia?
I have my cousin's having a birthday, going to be turning 30. Zawadi's happy birthday to Zawadi on the 26th of July.
Okay, that name is really gorgeous. How do you spell that?
Zawadi, Zawadi. It actually means gift or present in Swahili.
Zawadi. Really? That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I don't know if I ever told you this, but because now you said Swahili and my brain is actually working. So we used to do this children's choir festival every year when I was growing up. And there was a African boys choir that used to come over here and performed with us in Swahili, and we had to learn Swahili. I could not repeat it to you because that was a really long time ago, but we had to learn it and sing with them. And it was such a beautiful experience. That was just memory.
Oh,
memory.
It's a very beautiful language.
Yes. Sia Hamba was the name of the song.
Okay. Sia Hamba. But that's I don't know if it has any Swahili. I'm not sure what language that is though.
I thought that's what they said it was.
Well,
is it not? It might not be. That's what we were told it was, so they lied.
I'm trying to remember they may have been some I may be wrong. I don't know all the words, but there may have been some Swahili elements, but I think it's a mix of different languages. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna find the one. Now I'm down a rabbit hole, everybody. I'm gonna find the one that we sang, and I'm gonna send it to Olivia, and we're gonna get clarity the next time she comes on the show. Because that was a long time ago, and I could have very easily blocked it out or changed whatever really happened.
But I know a lot of the children's choirs, they used to do that song. Yeah.
Yes.
So I remember that. Hambaku kwenye nkwekosia, hambaku kwenye nkwekosia.
See, it sounds so much more authentic coming from you than it ever did from me. So I will not be singing that here today. Will not be doing it. All right. So let's celebrate all of our birthdays today. Here we go. So I guess I'll start out and then we'll go, because last time we did it perfect. So we'll see if we can do it again. Here we go. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Jennifer Lopez, Amelia Earhart, Bindi Irwin, Mara Wilson, Kristen Chenoweth, Anna Paquin, Mitch Grassi, Linda Carter, my cousin Kimmy Crooks, and Olivia's cousin Zoavi.
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday to all those that are celebrating today, yesterday, tomorrow, whatever days you're celebrating. You can feel free to celebrate every single day if you want to. So we are glad you're celebrating today. What do you have going on the next couple of weeks, Olivia?
I just launched the registration for my music career mentorship program. Yeah, it's so exciting. It's been a passion project I've wanted to do for so long. My friend reminded me that I said 20 years ago I want to do it, and I was like, I can't believe it's a long time. So this year I said, you know what, stop overthinking, just launch it. And I did, and the interest has been crazy. Like, I'm looking at the numbers of the signups. So many people have signed up already. So it's going to be interesting being able to like select, but I definitely know that I'm going to have several others so that I make sure everyone who signed up gets a chance to experience it. But yeah, that's what I'm up to coming weeks.
So exciting. So exciting. And we'll make sure to get the, if you have want information about that, please reach out and we will get you in touch with Olivia so that you're able to learn more about all of that. For sure. On the Breakthrough Show Network this week, we have Pomodoro. We have co-working coming up this afternoon at 1:55 p.m. And then on Friday, we have Project Joy. We have Pomodoro. We have an all new episode of The Breakthrough Show with Marcus Hill. He was the youngest person, and I think the first person to ever appraise a house in all 50 United States. And so he does a lot in the world of real estate, definitely a trailblazer. So tune in for that coming up on Friday. And then Saturday, you know, we have coffee. We have a movie matinee for you Saturday. Lots going on. So make sure that you go to thebreakthroughshownetwork.com or .club and check out our calendar where all of the information is. On a personal note, I want to thank everybody that's been sending some good vibes over the last week. Really appreciate you sending those my way. And I just, means a lot to me. So thank you so much for that. Any final words for us today, Miss Olivia?
Just wishing you all a really joyous rest of the day. Find a song that will make you happy, and remember that, you know, there's a reason why you're here and you're important, and sending you lots and lots and lots of happiness.
Yes, love it. Love it. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. This is Olivia Ambani, and we want to remind you to make joy a priority in your life today and every day. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.